Enjoy the music by Diane Russell. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, family.
You shine like silver
Welcome to the 21st Century Suffragettes cast. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and thank you.
Oh, hey everybody. What a fucking shit show. I don't even know what to say anymore, especially with this new information that has come to light. The new Starlink thing. It just trashed my whole show because I was going to talk about all these numbers and I was going to show like a video like this chick right here and a 59-second what the fuck video from Bill Madden, Tony. What the fuck? I hear this more and more every day that women's votes were not counted. And now, we come to find out Elon Musk's Starlink was connected to all the fucking voting machines. You want to fucking tell me it was a free and fair election? We haven't had a fucking free and fair election in this country for decades. You want to prove me wrong? I'll prove you wrong. Right here, 2016. We know. We got the fucking Mueller report. Yes, Wizzy, you know what I'm talking about. Here's Mueller saying, oh yeah, long history of fraud, election fraud. We have 2020, when this motherfucker gaslit all of us, saying that there was voter fraud in all the Dominion voting machines and all that fucking bullshit and Smartmatic and all that bullshit. And guess what? No proof. Never found any proof. Now what we got? Now we got Elon Musk's Starlink in our fucking voting machines. You're going to fucking tell me it was a free and fair election? You're going to tell me it was a free and fair election? When you're talking about Bush v. Gore and what were those, the hanging Chad fucking losers? You're going to tell me it was a free and fair election when Reagan made Iran hold the hostages and fuck Jimmy Carter over? We wouldn't be here right now if Richard Nixon had been prosecuted in the fucking first place. Like he should have been. I'm so sick and tired of being like, it's a free and fair election.
And I get an amen.
And every time we turn around in 2020, who voted twice? All these fucking Republicans voted twice. That's all we saw. People killed their fucking wives to vote fucking twice. What the fuck? I don't believe a goddamn word of the fucking numbers. Fuck you. You're going to tell me all these Democrats voted for Donald Trump, but then voted blue all the way down ticket? You got to be fucking kidding me.
No fucking way.
No fucking way that would ever happen. You got all these women saying my vote wasn't counted. Tony, play the video, please. No, the chick. I already sent it to you in the... Yeah. I already sent it to you in the book, in the messages. Yeah. Go three up. 2, 3, 4 up. That one. Okay. Here you go. I've heard this over and over and over again.
I'm buzzing right now. Where's my vote? Where's my ballot? Because my husband and I both went on election day in person. We did the little machine, it printed out, we walked over, the lady took it, she put it in the other machine, we waited for the green check mark. A lot of people are having their ballots missing and no one ever received it. So I went to vote.org, went to West Virginia, blah, blah, blah. I had to call the election office because we went in person. They don't have a record of my vote. What? This literally confirms everything that I've been feeling lately. and a lot of things that are being said right now, go check your ballot right freaking now. Stop what you're doing. Check it right now.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yep. And guess what? Tony and I tried to look to see if my vote was counted, and we can't find it. In Michigan, a blue state. Play the next one with Robert Mueller. Yeah. Long history of criminal fraud and extended election interference.
That there were multiple systematic efforts to interfere in our election. And that allegation deserves the attention of every American. That there were multiple systematic efforts to interfere in our election. And that allegation deserves the attention of every American.
And that was the 2016 election, may I remind everybody. That was the 2016 election. You're going to tell me he cheated in 2016, he cheated in 2020, and he didn't do it this fucking time? Fuck you. I got a bridge to sell you. Fuck off. I'm not going to believe it for one fucking minute. And you know what they've done? He gaslit us so much that now we sound like the conspiracy theorists. We sound like we are crazy because we're asking for fucking recounts. Bullshit. And then you got, oh, what's this? Oh, what's this new thing? Go to the satellites, Tony. Skip one and go to the satellites. Here's the satellites that were falling out of the fucking sky. The Starlink satellites. So you can burn up all the fucking evidence.
I got it.
What the fuck is that? Dude, what the fuck is that?
What is that?
What the fuck is that?
Yo!
Wow! What the heck? What is it?
You talking about that? What is that? It's right here, dude.
That I don't know.
Look at that shit. These are Starlink satellites falling out of the sky, you guys.
How cool is that?
This Starlink story is really taking off. If you're one of those White House Dem influencers, ask the administration to release the statement about Starlink in this election instead of acting like, we'll get them next time, when Trump explicitly said there won't be a next time. Why would Starlink be used for our elections when the owner openly broke the law by bribing voters to get the fascists elected? He tampered with Ukraine's Starlink to help Russia. And American election officials were like, this is fine. No problem. We'll just have Starlink come in and... Are you crazy? I thought these voting machines weren't supposed to be hooked up to the fucking internet. That's what they said in fucking 2020. Now all of a sudden they're all hooked up to the fucking internet?
You know what? That sounds like a state thing. The state can only do contracts with Starlink, like to be maybe an ISP. You know what I'm saying? A state could, it would be a state government that would make a contract with Starlink.
Yeah, and who would do that? Only fucking Republicans would do that.
Yeah, only 30 of the states.
Yeah, that's all they need, 30 states. Play this one. Because I've been hearing all about this shit happening all over too, Tony. Play the unfucking believable in Miami-Dade.
The least populous states, by the way.
Yeah. I spent a career in computer securities for the Navy and NSA, wrote Wayne Madison. I believe our election was massively hacked. I think Elon Musk, Starlink, Peter Thiel, Steve Bannon, Michael Flynn, and Vladimir Putin, 20 million Democratic votes don't disappear on their own, unquote.
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead.
A box and a bag containing completed early voting ballots was found on the road by a driver after a worker forgot to lock the back of a truck.
This is some sealed ballots.
The driver found the items in Miami-Dade County, Florida, and initially thought they were garbage. The driver said he took the ballots to a police station. Election staff verified that the seals on the box and bag were, quote, intact and nothing was tampered with or damaged. Though the incident was an accident, the worker who was transporting the ballots was terminated, according to the Miami-Dade County Elections Department.
How many of that? We've got random fucking people finding ballots on the fucking road.
Yes. And it's easy to look on the back of it, on the envelope, and see if it's a woman or a man.
Oh, guess
Look
what?
on the envelope.
How many? You just think they just went like this with women ballots and just fucking threw them all out? Because that's what it looks like to fucking me.
Especially women with a Hispanic name.
Yeah, there's a difference between asking questions and being a conspiracy theorist. Thank you, JFO. You know, we have every fucking right to be asking for recounts. How many recounts did Donald Trump get? It went for months and months.
I want an audit.
I want
an audit.
Yeah.
I want a full-on audit of the entire fucking system. This is bullshit. If they're that easily hacked, it's taken them 3 election cycles to figure out how to get in. This is the 3rd one. They figured out finally how to get in, and Elon Musk was all in it. You know that. We all get that. Okay. Now the point is that how do we fix this? We need everybody to look up your vote and write down what they tell you, and then contact whatever organization. I'm not sure which organization to look into. There's the number that Mark puts out there, the up your vote. But I think your local Democratic office or your local attorney general, or your local, if you don't trust your local attorney general, you could try your, just whoever you feel, whatever law enforcement you feel you can trust. Or wasn't there a vote.org? Didn't you say that's another one too you can call? And then there's Mark Elias and the ACLU.
Yeah. I don't know who to call or where to call or what the fuck to do. But here you go. We need to
organize that.
Here's a picture of what Elon Musk tweeted in June 16th of 2024. At 3:38 a.m., by the way. Anything can be hacked. Anybody seeing this? Look at this motherfucker. Motherfuckers were telling us what they were going to do. They were telling us. Donald Trump saying, oh, the little secret. Our little secret. Oh, was this their little fucking secret?
That's why Johnson was so smug. Mike Johnson was all, oh, we're not worried about anything. We're not worried. Nope, not worried about a thing.
I found this out just before the show, so I didn't really have a time to do more, but here's a little clip of a news thing that I just posted, Tony. Yeah. And they're like, oh, it was great. Starlink was really great. And we had problems. And then all of a sudden it was all fixed.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Isn't that funny? Yeah.
Registrar Michelle Baldwin says access to connectivity was improved this year thanks to Starlink satellite internet. She adds early technical difficulties with a tabulator machine were quickly fixed and did not impact vote count. 5 of the 10 volunteers assigned to the Exeter poll location did not show up, but Baldwin says all of the sites still ran smoothly.
With a tabulator machine?
Yeah. I got Sherry Jacobus. What does she say here? I'm looking for it. I didn't have a chance to write it down.
We need help with this. This is bigger. It's big.
This is massive. This is massive fucking fraud.
Maybe that's why Biden administration is so quiet.
Yeah, Trump cheats at everything in life. Putin interfered in the past 3 elections. Musk and Trump talked to Putin a lot. Musk Starlink uploaded votes in swing states. Swing state voters went Dem down ballot, but Trump at the top, unlikely. Starlink satellites exploding, destroying the evidence.
Yeah, the satellite, I don't even know if that will destroy the evidence, but there'll be evidence elsewhere. They have our US, are you kidding me? Our military satellites.
Yeah. Sherry Jacobus. Oh look, Elon Musk destroying the evidence. Starlink uploaded votes, and Musk said he knew the election outcome 4 hours before the rest of us did. Dems won down ballot in swing states, but we're to believe that they voted straight Dem ticket, but went for Trump over Harris, and none of it makes any fucking sense.
And Trump was in a really big hurry to yell victory, and Kamala Harris saw it. I think she saw it. That's why she came right back, because she saw the exact same thing he'd done. She knew it. He knew it. And he's saying, prove it. And she's like, I'll concede. And then they're having a meeting next Wednesday? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, what's this meeting about?
Yeah.
Do you know?
What is it about?
Or do you not know?
Transition? Is it about the transition or his, what? The paper he didn't sign to get his security? What? To do his oath? He doesn't want to take the oath? So.
Oh, and by the way, I know we can't really understand any of this, but Tony could just play it if he wants to. Right after Donald Trump won, this is what Russia State TV did. And I swear to God, he says, Decoding Fox News says Trump thinks he's besties with Putin, and this is how Russian state TV media treats his wife. Putin is letting him know who the boss is. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Diane. Didn't mean to cut in so early, but instead of trying to post in the chat and hoping that you saw it, I just wanted to pass on in Mary Trump's stream just before this, the hour before this. It was mentioned that the Wednesday meeting with Trump had to do with Ukraine. That's what was shared there. So
of course, that's what what's his name did for him.
Share that.
Wasn't it? The guy that got pardoned. What's his Manafort? That was his thing.
I'm not sure of any other details. That's all I heard. It had to do with just the war in the Russia-Ukrainian war. So,
are you talking about the interference in Russia in Ukraine's elections?
I have no details other than that. It just had to do with Ukraine. Nothing about the election. So I know we're speculating. We don't know for sure what this meeting's about, but that's just something that.
We can speculate all we want. We have no clue.
We can speculate all day, but I'm just hoping. No, I'm having a little fantasy.
Tony can play it without the audio. We don't really need the audio. But literally minutes after he won.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, I'll jump back out as you were.
Thanks, Mark, honey. Thank you. Literally minutes after he won, this is what Russian state TV puts out. And Putin is letting Donald Trump know who is boss. We don't need to hear it. I don't need to hear Russian. Look at this. This is full Russian state TV. Can everybody see this? Oh, I'm not getting. Okay, there you go. Look at this. They're fully letting him know we're in charge, bitch. And these are just the nudes of your wife that we've already
with the
seen.
U.S. seal, as though editors of a man's. There's something in advance about the future of their model. What?
Yeah. They're kind of cutting her up. And not only that, they're playing YMCA right now, so you don't want to turn it on. But,
what does my body and choice really mean?
Yeah, that was an ad that she put out. I mean,
That's her
tell me,
modeling.
do you think that Vladimir, this would not go out on Russian state TV if it wasn't for Vladimir Putin. He owns all the fucking TV there. It's not like here.
It's exactly how they mesmerize people. Sex. It's a base.
Yeah.
Beautiful women there, though. Rick.
Yeah. Melania is a beautiful woman. With all that fucking plastic surgery, we would all be that fucking hot.
No shit. Well, I would. Yeah. I mean, those are beautiful women. I think the
That's
Slavic
not women, honey. That's just Melania. All those pictures are Melania.
I know. She's ugly. Of all the women, I think the Slavic women are like some of the most beautiful. Really, honestly, I think they're just so beautiful. And Melania, there's not one single attractive thing about the woman.
Yeah. And I keep seeing this over and over. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not a psychic. But is anyone else ever having this nagging feeling in the pit of their stomach over the last day that the election saga isn't over yet? And I'm like, yep. I'm an engineer. I operate in facts, evidence, and analysis, thank you. Observation and data. And this shit ain't adding up. You know what I mean? I'm seeing this over.
Yeah, the math ain't mathin'. Yeah, the math ain't mathin'.
Over and over and over again. And we have to demand recounts. We have to
Did you receive that?
Our secretaries of state. I don't know what else to do. And demand recounts.
Diane?
What, honey?
Did I send you that page? I'm sure I did. I'm hoping I did. Direct message probably of the there was a guy that had all of that stuff listed. He was in Discord, I think, and he had all of the locations and the states and what their vote count was and how much they'd gone up or down, shifted red or shifted blue. I think I sent that to you, but I'm not positive. It was how much of each state had shifted for one direction or the other. Some of them were amazingly wild swings.
I'm seeing stuff like this over and over and over again. I don't know if I have the right one that you sent me, but here's one that I saw, and this shit just doesn't fucking make any sense. We're looking at it and we're going, it still doesn't add up. Math ain't mathin', motherfuckers. Go ahead.
Now look, I live in Pennsylvania and this is North Carolina, I get it, but I have a question. So during this election, they did North Carolina's governor, and Josh Stein got 3,040,479 votes. But during that same election, Kamala Harris got 2,688,122 votes. So are you really trying to tell me that 352,357 Democrats decided to vote for the Democratic candidate for the governor, but not for the president? Yeah, I believe that.
Not so much. How about a total of 222 lawsuits were initiated yesterday? This is November 7th that this was posted. So this is November 6th. 222 lawsuits were initiated yesterday in relation to the potential uncounted ballots from the recent presidential election. Unfolding behind the scenes is a complex and thorough investigative process, delving deeply into the matters at hand. So I'll tell you what, I hope, because everybody went silent. Trump is silent. Everybody's fucking silent all of a sudden. Just like after his fake fucking assassination attempt, he went fucking silent.
Waiting for his next instructions from Vlad, baby.
Yeah. See how this all unfolds and if he's going to get busted for fucking tampering. And you're going to tell me Elon Musk had nothing to do with this? You're going to tell me
Of course he did.
How about this one? Let me find it, Tony. Joe Rogan on his show talking to some douche, going, "Oh yeah, before he came on the show, like he told me, he showed me this app, and like he's got this app that like he knows."
Now look, I live in Pennsylvania, and
he knows everything about the election. Okay, so yeah, listen to what Joe has to say. The Super Saint?
Call from Super Saint.
Hi, Super Saint.
Hey. I also wanted to say that he also refuses to go in and sign those documents at the White House for his transition team, which means that if he went in and signed those documents, that would be fraud for him to go in and sign them. So it's odd that, someone that would be so excited about winning would be hesitant to go and sign documents that would legally bind him to the transition. But they would also be a crime.
Huh. Why would it be a crime? Because he's a convicted felon, or?
Well, no, because it would be fraud for him to sign something if he did not win the election, and he's claiming victory, and it was a fraudulent win, because for some reason, for someone who's so excited about winning the election, the transition he has to go in there, and it gives them the ability to start doing security clearances on all the people.
He has to sign those papers. Yes, he never did sign them.
Exactly, which gives them permission to do deep dives into all these people. But it also they
got to do a background check and get his fingerprints.
They have no reason to
give him a security clearance, and they can't process him.
Exactly.
Oath of office. Doesn't want to sign nothing until he's immune president.
Yep. But it also it gives them a reason to be looking into all of his information and stuff as well.
Yeah. Well, I also
but he's not eager to just jump in there. But he's so hyped to be president and have his team in place to have power. But why is he so hesitant for such a man?
Super Saint doesn't have something to do with he could start getting classified documents and all this kind of jazz too if he signs that paper.
Right.
Trump can start getting classified documents.
But it's just strange that he keeps putting it off, and they keep contacting him, and sounds like he's really paranoid. Guilty conscience, right?
No, I agree with Salary in the chat. She said he's not going to sign anything until he's the immune presidential president throne. Yep.
Well,
I also find this
sign
strange
before he can take the oath. I mean, he's got to sign the papers, and then he's got to take the oath, and he's also refusing to take the oath, I guess.
Doesn't it have something to do with those papers also make you pledge to the Constitution? Isn't that what it says too on those papers?
Yeah.
Well, also, I'm not quite sure exactly what it is, but when he signs a document that also that binds him and anything, it's kind of like when he was supposed to debate. One of the things that he was supposed to sign was just to be a candidate. He was supposed to sign a paper that said that he would not. He was the only one that would not sign the form that said he would not attempt a revolt or an insurrection against the government. Remember, he was the only candidate for the Republican nominee that would not sign that.
He's a fucking snake. I'm so sick and tired of him.
Yeah, they won't seat him then. And I think Mitch McConnell is about that too. But the problem is, what if J.D. Vance does go in? That'll cause a constitutional crisis, slightly.
Right.
And and there's a couple of other considerations. So we need to not. We can't rest. They're thinking about a lot of things. It's probably why it is so quiet.
Right,
Because
but I just think he's extremely paranoid because
literally an
he's
attack.
thinking
This is a war. This is
he's thinking everything is going to be a trap.
Almost over with the terrorist attacks, don't you think?
Well, I think that he's just so paranoid because he knows that he's done so wrong that he's just so skitsy right now about doing anything because he knows that he's a criminal in everything that he does.
And every time he opens his mouth, he spews more shit.
They can't get him a good lawyer.
Yeah, and he's just, but see how paranoid he is in his delusion and his dementia, that he's terrified to do anything. He's so weak and skitsy and scared, you know?
Yeah.
He always was. He really always was. He was always that way. He
Absolutely.
was just getting away with saying partial sentences.
Mm-hmm. But it's just because he can't help but crime, you know? I mean, it's, you know.
He didn't know how to do anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Preacher
but
habit,
I had to add that because he's so paranoid, and it's like the fact that they were saying that they're going to wind down the investigation and the cases against him. I think that has made him even more paranoid.
So Mountain Bike fan says, I heard Trump won't sign those documents because then the FBI or maybe the CIA can look into things on his campaign.
Oh, absolutely.
It could be campaign finance stuff that he doesn't want.
Absolutely. Remember, because he was already going to be guilty of wire fraud from the Stop the Steal. That's wire fraud that they were going to get him on. So, I mean, there's all kinds of things that he's paranoid about.
We can't just give up. That's the new motto,
No.
too. We're not going to go back, was the motto before the election. Our motto now is we're not giving up. That's our new fucking motto.
I don't give a shit what they say about us calling about election fraud because we know that this is fucking real. It's not it's not, you know, Peter calling, you know, wolf or crying wolf. This is actually shit that has really happened. Remember, all he does is projection and confession.
Yep.
So that's why he said it before, because he knew that he was doing it.
Yep. The gaslighting about all the machines, and now we got machine fucking fraud with Elon Musk fucking fingerprints all over it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Super Saint, thank you for calling in, honey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Super Saint.
Bye-bye.
So here's Joe Rogan.
Diane?
Yeah.
Wait
honey.
a second now. Okay. Think about it. Okay. So Biden's in the White House. He calls Trump in for a meeting, sits him down, says, okay, dude, you're never going to make it in these doors. So what are we going to do? Meanwhile, Trump has been extorting the government with our classified documents, talking back and forth with Putin. He's been doing it, and he's been running rough. He's been running wild. Well, he's already even like so arrogant to have put his cabinet, which is all the people who have helped him. All the people who have helped him to get to this point he's keeping around him. So we know who his sycophants are. And then he's literally pissing everybody off left and right. He's just throwing people, kicking people to the curb. So Biden sits him down, says, dude, you're getting ready to get sentenced. We've already caught you with like X, Y, and Z crimes. DOJ's standing in that room ready to arrest your ass. What are we going to do here?
It's a bargaining chip. We'll see what happens. But even Steve in our chat just said, if Judge Merchan throws out the sentencing, he's no longer a felon and he can travel, and he got away with everything.
Yeah, but he can't. But that's the thing. He doesn't necessarily mean he can travel. It doesn't
all his felons will be gone. All the felonies will be gone.
The 34
sentence
counts
him, you know,
is what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I was thinking, oh my God, you know, Kamala gets in, he's gonna get sentenced, he's gonna go to jail, it's gonna be fucking awesome.
But he's committed any number of federal crimes.
Now he's the president-elect. Do you think they're gonna fucking put him in prison? I highly doubt it, guys. I'm sorry. Don't get your fucking hopes up.
I just wonder what they're going to do. I wonder what that meeting is going to be about. It is not going to be about Biden or Harris or our military or our government, our Congress, handing our entire government lock, stock, and barrel over to Russia. So I mean, I'm curious as that, but I think we are probably better served than to speculate that you're right. We better focus on just getting everybody. Let's figure out how we're going to unify this whole thing with the votes, because I mean, everybody needs to have a place to send, to call, to find out about their vote, and then somewhere to report that their vote was not counted when they said
but
it.
let's show them more information. Play the Joe Rogan clip.
Okie.
Play the Joe Rogan clip. Here we go.
Thank you, Diane.
It was interesting because the beginning of the night, no one knew what was going to happen. So you're watching the first results roll in, and there's like this weird thing. And then Trump gets way ahead, but you're like, you don't want to like get too hopeful. Like, how far ahead he's in? He's ahead by 100 points. That seems like a lot.
Yeah, and you're like, what is it? And some channels are like, and then every channel's kind of different.
Yeah. They had different numbers. I was getting a different number off my Apple News update than I was getting off of CNN. And then I was texting people like Tulsi and JD Vance. I was getting a different Apparently, Elon created an app and he knew who won 4 hours before the results. So as the results were coming in, 4 hours before they called it, Dana White told me, Elon was like, I'm leaving. It's over. Donald won. He just fucking somehow or another.
I'm gonna go back into my pod and evaporate.
I don't know what he's getting, where he's pulling his data from, but he had like the most accurate data in terms of the rural states hadn't put the results in yet, but yet Trump was ahead in these states. Kamala's never going to win those states, so tabulated that and like put it all together. I don't know how he did it. But
yeah,
Dana. I haven't even talked to Elon about this. I don't know like the Dana translation, but Dana said he had an app, and he was like showing him. He's like, it's over. And he fucking left. Dude just left.
It's over. John Jones won. Just saying that.
He just fucking left.
And you're laughing. You're laughing.
Because he's an idiot. I mean, the man is really kind of the definition of thick-headed and stupid. He really is. He really, because he is curious. This is the saddest part. People like Joe Rogan. He's a curious man. He's put on some pretty good things I've seen. I actually had to go look at the son of a bitch. And he had some good, interesting things. He had Brian Cox on one night. It was really interesting. And he asked good questions. But he's a bloody idiot. He can't sew two abstract thoughts together to make... He can't.
No.
Now, let me say also the difference between a conspiracy theory and a theory is a theory is usually based on some sort of evidence. And we've got lots of evidence in that there's been a lot of ballot issues. I mean, we've got missing 15 million ballots if we had a record turnout and
yeah, they're saying 15 to 20 million ballots are missing.
Right.
We still don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
And then this guy, the intelligence guy, he's like, you want to know what happened in our elections? Go look at Russian elections.
There you go.
Go look at Russian elections, and not only that, the thing is about their cheating is that they cheated too much. It's too fucking obvious.
Yeah, because they got away with it twice already.
You're gonna cheat, and every fucking blue state is gonna go for Trump, but down ballot we got Alyssa Slotkin and all these other fucking. I'm sorry. Go ahead, play it.
I've been really thinking about how to condense everything I learned as an intelligence specialist about Russia into a TikTok digestible form. I struggle to communicate this. Go look at the 2024, this year, go look at the 2024 Russian presidential elections. Go look at the numbers, and now go look at the Russian presidential elections over time. And I want you to see if anything jumps out at you as weird or funny. And then now go look at our 2024 presidential elections. And I want you to see if anything weird or funny jumps out at you. The Russian people, by and large, do not like Vladimir Putin. He and his party represent a minority. Much like every other fascist power that comes into being. They are a minority electorate. But their propaganda machines create a system of illusions in people's minds, in public discourse, that they are bigger than they actually are. And do you know how they do that? They do that by reflecting their power struggles and rhetoric into deep-seated cultural divides. In America, those two deep-seated cultural divides are white supremacy and heteronormative patriarchy. That's why things like Your Body, My Choice are making so much virality, so much sense. Those types of statements by heteronormative patriarchal loyalists make so much sense to our brains because we have real experiential proof that this is actually how men think. But you have to be very careful when you are dealing with fascists because they will use those core experiential truths to hide what they are doing in plain sight.
That's right.
To hide what they are doing in plain sight. This is a serial cheater, a serial fraud. All he does is cheat and cheat and cheat. We should be asking ourselves, how can we be confident that the cheater who cheated on everything else didn't cheat again? We should be asking whether or not we can trust our elections. We should be asking whether we can trust the outcome of this election. Just because Kamala Harris got on stage and said, I congratulated him, just because the Democrats are saying, well, we have to respect the parliamentary process, does not preclude a cheater from cheating. Does not mean that there is 0% chance that no fuckery happened. We need to be confident in our electoral process. And when there is fascism involved, and when one of the candidates has cheated and all of his wives cheated on all of his businesses, we should suspect that he might also be cheating now.
There you go. See, this is the thing. With Kamala Harris not taking the lead, the people need to take a lead on this. She can't take a lead on this without having the political slapback. But the people, if we make enough of an uproar about this cheating and bring it to the fore, then it gives the people who are the MAGA people, it kind of gives them that, well, you say, they're going to say, oh, well, you say, well, we got free and fair elections, right? That's what they were avoiding on the Kamala level. But on the grassroots level, we outnumber them. Oh, and we need to be out there shouting this to the fucking rooftops.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And by the way, I want to address this thing that went out right as soon as Donald Trump won, which I won't say he really won. I hate to say this, but whatever. How to put it in terms, right? There was a massive campaign to put out Your Body, My Choice Forever by Nick Fuentes, that fucking little slime ball. And women, and they're attacking women all over the fucking internet. And by the way, at the same time they were attacking women, all these black people got text messages to show up to fucking plantations to fucking start picking cotton.
Yeah.
You fucking kidding me? You sick fucks.
They're trying to start a war.
And now they're gonna divide white women with black women. Because black women are like, we're sick and tired of fucking trying to save this fucking country. And it looks like all these white women voted for Donald Trump when they didn't. And we know they fucking didn't. Where's all the 20 million votes that are missing? Where's all the people who new registered voters? Massive amounts of new people registered to vote. New 18-year-olds. And we don't see any of the numbers. Numbers aren't there, motherfuckers.
Yeah, Hispanics too.
They just disappeared. All I see is men. Men voted. Men voted. Men voted. Men voted. Men voted. And you guys remember how Hal Sparks said, don't let them give you a percentage without the base number. When they say 85% of fucking white women voted for fucking Donald Trump, I guarantee you that's a fucking small amount of number. That's a small amount.
85% of what? You're supposed to ask. 85% of what? 85% of white women that go to church? 85% of women
of Republicans?
80 of Republicans? 85% of who? Right. You need a base number. 85% of
this. Again, I want everybody to realize we have been attacked by a PSYOP, a psychological operation from the right, from Russia, directly from the fucking Kremlin. Putin is a goddamn KGB agent. And he's been fucking brainwashing all these fucking, using warfare, psychological warfare tactics on American people.
He's been doing it in Europe too. He's been doing it all over the world. He's been doing it all over the world. He's
it's been happening.
Destabilizing Gaza. And Israel and Palestine. He's destabilizing Africa, Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Rwanda, all that area around Michelle. He's been destabilizing every piece of the earth that he can.
Everywhere he's got his dirty little fingers in. Everywhere he's got his dirty little fingers,
gives him,
there's fucking problems.
And plus he gets access to the resources in these places that he does destabilize because they're fighting with each other. Then he can rip them off. See how that works?
Yep.
He starts a war in a small country, and then while they're fighting, he goes and grabs up all those resources and gets the people to work slave labor for it.
Yep.
Well, they want to do that to us, y'all.
They sure as fucking do.
And they think they can get a fucking away with it.
I've had it podcast. One of the girls in there said, we have fallen prey to 10 years of a psychological warfare from Russian propaganda. That started in 2015, but I would argue it started before that. Putin's goal was to turn the American public against each other to defeat us. And that's another thing that you and I talked about, was that Putin took over the United States of America without fucking firing a shot. You don't need a hot war. It's another Cold War, and he lost the last Cold War, so he said, fuck it. I've got vengeance now. I'm going to take it.
Well, and that's another thing. I'm not so sure it is a Cold War anymore with him being behind all these terrorist threats at our ballot box, at our polling places. There were like 57 or 67 terrorist threats, or I don't know if they were actually any of them were carried out, and they were found to be Russian.
And that's right, Diana Hill said in the chat, and no fucking news stations are talking about this. None of them are talking, but they're all capitulating. And I'm like, quit capitulating to this fucking asshole. Nobody's got any fucking questions? Because the rest of us do.
They're supposed to be independent of the businesses, of the wealth. They're supposed to be independent of the government. They're supposed to be independent of any one or two organizations. The news is supposed to be just the fucking news. They're supposed to tell you what's going on so you can make an informed decision about what's going on around you.
They haven't done that for decades.
This commenting bullshit has been just a generation of brainwashing.
And you're going to tell me $1 billion raised in 107 days and all that fucking work and all that fucking effort and getting all those people registered to vote, and we got nothing? We're 20 million.
Sell me a bridge,
we're
too.
20 million votes short of the regular election? You know, like, this doesn't happen.
Of the last election.
That's right.
20 million of the last,
That's right. After all this hype and new voter registration and everything, and all of it's gone, and there's no numbers to prove that any of that worked, it was like it never fucking happened. Like the way, you know, Republicans want to make January 6th disappear, like they want to make COVID, a year of COVID, fucking disappear. They're real good at making fucking history disappear, but I'm telling you, motherfuckers, we ain't gonna forget. It's another thing. I'm really pissed off that these motherfuckers were like, Americans are so stupid. Yeah, there's a massive population in our country that has been uneducated. But that's because Republicans take the goddamn fucking funding out of education everywhere.
Trying to privatize it so they can make it for profit.
That's right.
And
so
make it
you're lucky.
Regulating.
You're lucky if you have two fucking brain cells to rub together and you've got fucking common sense and you can look at this fucking asshole and look at him right away and know he's a goddamn con man. But instead, he's got all these fucking cult followings, and now he's got all these billionaires. All these billionaires fucking... You got Rupert Murdoch, Elon fucking Musk, you got the fucking Heritage Foundation, the fucking Federalist Society. They're all fucking billionaires. And they own all of us. They own everything. Just like George Carlin says. They own everything. They're in a club, and you ain't in it.
Yep. And they own it because they've got all of our wages for 40 years. That's what they have. You have the equivalent of what would have been a fair wage to Generation X for sure. for 40 years. We didn't have a cost of living raise and wages for 30 or 40 years. I think 40 years it was at least.
How do you get people to pay attention, not pay attention? You make them struggle to fucking put food on the fucking table and to raise their fucking families so that they don't have time to pay attention to the fucking politics because they're just trying to survive.
And now, while you're working two jobs, you can't pay attention to who's picking your pocket. Here they go. They start dripping it to you and scapegoating. The Mexicans took your job. That's a black job. Remember the black job statement?
The only people who are taking your fucking jobs are the fucking billionaires who've been shipping them overseas for decades.
And hiring people to find ways to get around having to pay their taxes.
Trickle down
and
economics.
Mostly that begins with taking your wages. And there's been nobody telling them the minimum wage needs to go up.
Yeah.
Call from
Trickle down economics. Another perfect fucking example.
Piss on you and tell you it's raining economics is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Mark P, thanks for calling in again. What's going on?
Well, again, I guess I'm officially kicking off the phone calls, but yeah, the narrative that the polling and all that, the fucking corporate media is pushing us. It's the economy that was the issue. All right, fine. So it's the economy. Why are people voting for a motherfucker who's bankrupted 6 businesses, including casinos?
He's about to
I don't get that.
He's about to fucking file for bankruptcy again. Anybody hear this one? Oh, nobody heard it. Filing for his 7th bankruptcy. He's fucking gonna be in POTUS? You're gonna be the president and you're filing for bankruptcy? Do you realize how compromised he can be when he owes $500 million to the state of New York? He owes $90 billion to fucking $9 million to E. Jean Carroll. I mean, the motherfucker's compromised to the hilt.
Yeah. It's this mentality that, well, I'm not happy with the way things are right now. You know, the cost of eggs is way too high, gas is way too high, so it's got to be a fault of whoever's in the White House right now. So let's make a change. Well, the thing is, Biden is leaving the White House, so that change could have been Kamala Harris, but for some reason she's linked to him because she's been his vice president, but it's just blind. Let's switch to the other guy because things suck right now. They seem like they suck right now.
Yeah.
So I just don't get that. It's a blind. It's just blind. It's not even faith. It's like, well, let's just switch. I don't like the way it is right now. So let's just change things up. Let's go the other guy and see how that
blind
works.
Obedience.
It's going to swing back the other way in 2 years.
Blind obedience, voting against your own best interests, all of it. We've watched it happen for decades.
Yep.
Diana Hill says the lack of information, disinformation, and misinformation. And you know what I was thinking is that we have a lot of fucking unanswered questions. And because we have unanswered questions, it leaves a vacuum. And because there's a vacuum and we don't have the answers to any of these questions, there's a vacuum of information and we don't know what to believe now. Hi, Benny.
Now, who was it in our little chat group? Elizabeth, was it you, the one that shared the Ben Meiselas Midas Touch thing, commenting on tariffs? How people are clueless about how tariffs actually work?
Oh, yeah. Now all these right-wing people are they're learning what they voted for. They're finding out if I can... the number one research thing now is, can I change my presidential election vote? Because they're finding, like, they fucked around and they're finding out what he's really going to do.
Here's what it says, prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. We're creatures of habit. We get complacent.
So we
don't want to go to the trouble. Well, now we got to go to the fucking
punishment. Trouble. I don't think so. I think enough of us have been punished long enough. Having that
I'm
motherfucker.
Saying that's the nature of people.
I get it. Not
saying
me.
earlier. No, I know. That's not what I'm talking about. This is our founders explaining that we realize y'all don't maybe want to revolt against England, but we really need to.
Well, Jesus. Well,
that's the Declaration of Independence.
Our founders also
Wow.
said that the Constitution should be changed every 19 years.
Oh, fuck it.
That never
Well,
I don't know
happened.
that. There's a lot of
Following
things.
up on
Well,
that-
no, there's a lot of things they said, but it doesn't say it in the Constitution. If it doesn't, there's a lot of argument that went around that thing, building it up, making it Articles of Confederation, all kinds of. Each different colony had its own constitution and its own declaration, really.
Yeah.
I think, if memory serves. But that being said, I'm just saying that we need to. It's really easy to be complacent and to really take democracy for granted. But it's really, really convincing people that this is the case, that we have taken it for granted and now it's on the knife's edge, is where we're having the trouble. And it's like Benny Loco says, I will say cable. Because, that, and you know what? It's starting to catch on. Cable is making billions and they're just mindlessly running because everybody wants to buy cable. It's the way to get everything.
It's a ripoff.
And you can get it.
All the extra charges and surcharges and all that.
Yeah.
And they charge you for every box connection you have in the home. But
yeah.
I want to go back. I want to touch on that tariff thing because my point I was trying to make is CNN is now accurately reporting the effects of tariffs. They didn't do that shit before the fucking election.
Nope.
They're doing it now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And people realize, wait a minute. Oh shit. Why the fuck didn't they report that before the goddamn fucking election? Sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to get that out there.
Because the owner of
Well, Mark, I'm
CNN
sorry,
is a
no.
Trumper. The owner of CNN is a Trumper. The owner of Fox News and MSNBC and every fucking thing we see, read, or hear are owned by billionaires and Trumpers.
Yeah, they're
Get
all
it
fucking
through your
conservative,
head,
or quote-unquote
everyone.
conservatives, yeah.
Yeah. And they're foreigners,
Anyway, I'm
half of
sorry.
them, by the way. Rupert Murdoch's Australian. Elon Musk is South African. I mean, these are not people that have our best interests at heart.
Those are the immigrants that are fucking with our election.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
Precisely.
you pointed that out last night when we were talking, Elizabeth. Yeah, all these media corporations, they're owned by by foreigners. They're controlling our media. That's fucked up too.
Yeah. Also, I want to say that we got to be extra special careful and understand that our black and brown brothers and sisters are upset because they've been burned by whites before, over and over again. So if they're a little upset with you, understand that and help them to understand that we think there's some fuckery and that we may not, I understand that you believe that and I understand why. Let them know, please,
Elizabeth?
because there's a reason why. And they have good
And I have
reason
concerns
to
about.
feel that way.
I have concerns
All
about
right.
our interracial marriage.
Well, there you go. It
Legitimate
does, but I'm
concerns
saying,
about
like, just on the whole, I don't want to see it divide us, Mark. I don't want to see it divide people generally. I mean, good grief, they're trying to start a race war. They're trying to start a sex war. They're trying to start any.
It's always been a culture war. Every time Republicans win on culture wars, all the fucking time. This is Putin's fucking plan, man.
That's a false thing. That the moral majority, this whole social conservative versus fiscal conservative. No, it's all fiscal. It's no social. It's none of your business.
And guess what,
anybody else
Elizabeth,
does.
you're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. It's a psychological operation by Russians to divide us.
I know. I've been saying that over and over again.
Okay, nobody wants to admit it.
No,
Nobody
I
wants
do.
to
I've been
admit
saying
that
it
we've
for
been in a PSYOP campaign for a couple decades now. Mark, thanks
Well,
for
they-
calling in. I'm going to hang up now.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Mark.
Hey, Lizzie, one day more. All right. Bye.
Yeah.
And all we need is to fucking make people realize this. That's why we feel like we've been going crazy. We feel like we've been going crazy watching this shit happen for the last fucking decade. And we feel like we're going nuts. We're not nuts. We're not crazy. We're fucking, we got our heads screwed on straight and we're asking critical thinking questions. And we have every right to be fucking upset about this election. I want to play this the chick fighting back on the redhead, Tony, damned. This one? Yeah. Go ahead and play this one. This is how I feel. You're going to fuck around. You're going to find a brick in your fucking face if I ever hear anybody on the street saying this shit to me or anybody I know.
This is a message for all of the Gen Z dudes who keep commenting your body, my choice in the replies of every Gen Z woman they come across. Y'all need to keep in mind that those women have a lot of millennial and Gen X big sisters out here ready to defend them with several decades more rage and a lot more ability to pay our own bail. Because the first broccoli-headed motherfucker that I overhear telling the beautiful cluster of stardust that is the woman in front of him that it's her body, his choice, is going to catch a brick to the face with all of the rage that I have pent up over several decades of living in a red state. Oh, and the groiper who first said the words that you're now gleefully parroting in the comments of every woman that you come across, let me let you in on a little secret as a certified queer woman with immaculate fucking gaydar. Baby, you're repeating the words of a closeted gay man. That dude will never have to worry about convincing a woman to sleep with him or getting a woman pregnant because he's more interested in bottoming for your fucking father. So keep repeating his words, and the only touch of a woman that you're going to know moving forward is the fist of a woman several decades your senior when we lay you the fuck out in defense of our little sisters.
Fuck you. We're not going to play this game anymore. I'm not putting up with this shit. You're going to gaslight me? I'm going to say fuck you to your face. You're gonna fucking say this fucking your body, my choice shit? You're a rapist wannabe. You're walking around and your young son say this, you hear your son say this, you better bitch slap him from here to fucking Toledo. You do not let that shit go. It's not cute and it ain't funny. You're gonna raise a generation of young men who think that they can fucking do whatever the fuck they want? Not on my fucking watch. And you better watch it because you're going to get a fucking fistful.
You're going to get mothers protecting their daughters. Mothers and fathers protecting their daughters. Coming after your ass if you're not careful about what you're doing and saying about other people's children. They don't take kindly to it. And that's not threatening. It's just saying they're going to respond and protect their children. It's a pragmatic and practical thing to say.
It's normal. And I will protect, if I see anybody, if I see a man saying this to a woman or a girl in a grocery store, I'm going to fucking take a can of beans and I'm going to fucking smash his fucking face in. I'm done. Women are pissed. And I don't care if I go to fucking jail. I don't have any fucking kids. I'll go to jail for fucking defending someone. Fuck this. We're not putting up with this bullshit. Yeah, respect and trust women. Thank you, 56 Nick Rich, who has been saying this all along. Trust women. Rovember's coming. What happened to Rovember? Rovember and we got no votes?
No, we didn't.
It's such bullshit, I can hardly stand it. And then this little cocksucking fucking tweezel. Fucking tweezel, listen to me.
Tweezel?
He is a tweezel. He's a twat and a weasel. Play the Tizzy entertainment thing with Nick Fuentes and how we're going to have to deal with. Everybody thought that I was crazy.
Call from Vixen on Blue.
Hi, Vixen.
Call that.
Hey, Gail. How are y'all doing?
Good. How are you doing, honey? Go ahead.
I'm hanging in there. I just wanted to say women have already died because old, wrinkly, white ball sack men have decided already that our bodies are their choice.
Yep.
Not our choices, not the doctor's choice. Theirs.
Yep.
And so has, 6 out of 9 of the Supreme Court. They've decided that our bodies are their choices. Fuck that. Here's what we're going to do. Ladies, you're going to check your ballots. You're going to make sure they were fucking counted. Fellas, you're going to support the ladies in your life to make sure that they check theirs. You are also going to check yours. You are all also going to encourage your neighbors to check yours because this is fucking wrong. Then you're going to call your Board of Elections and ask for audits or recounts. This is all hands on deck. Yep. If we don't push back now, fascism wins. And we're also going to meet people where they are and don't judge them for how they react. This is a crazy fucking timeline. Everything is nuts. Give each other grace. Give each other patience. Give yourself grace.
And
Look
I would
out for
say
each other.
this is
we have
this is
to hang
it.
together.
We got 2 months to correct this before he's inaugurated. All hands on deck. Push it, push it, push it. As far as we can go. Because I guarantee we will regret it if we don't.
Yeah, Vixen, I totally agree. And that was a really lovely synopsis of what we really need to do. And that's exactly what we're aiming for. Those things that you just listed. And also we need to get some, if anybody has any information, send it to the email and I'll go looking for some stuff tonight. We need to have a central place for people to call or to turn their, to find out first, we know, but to call and report that their ballot was not counted. In case there is an investigation, we need to be able to collect this information somehow and I don't know, file it, whatever. And whatever, catalog it somehow. So I'm hoping that people out there, if you have some ideas, Vixen, or if anybody else does.
Yeah, we definitely need to figure out resources where we can report that we want. I'm going to call Secretary of State tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow's Monday. State's a good one. Board of Elections is another good one.
Board of Elections.
But
my
if in a
Secretary
red state,
of
your
State.
Board of Elections might stand to be getting in trouble. That's what I'm afraid. See, that's what I'm saying.
And I can't find my ballot. I can't find that if my ballot was counted or not in Michigan. You know what I mean? Like we brag about how great Michigan is all the time because it's run by great women and we're a blue state and we've really kind of, thank God they didn't kill Gretchen Whitmer when they had the fucking chance. So
here's what I want to say. If you feel some kind of way about your state board or your Secretary of State, you can go to the FBI. It is a federal agency. If you think something hinky is going on, if fucking Ken Paxton
tomorrow is a holiday. Tomorrow is Veterans Day.
He's throw away benefits like he confessed to Steve Bannon that he did in 2020. If you think he happened to do that again because he survived his impeachment, why wouldn't he do it again? Then maybe you should get on your phone and call your nearest FBI office. They're a federal agency.
There's also the ACLU and there's Mark Elias. So there's a few different options. So we can try and gather some information and see where it would be best to do.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Vixen. Thanks, honey.
for having me.
Vixen. That was well done. Thank you.
Down. Love you, girls.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Love you too.
Love you back.
So at the beginning of this is really hard to hear, Tony, so you're going to have to turn it up a little bit. All right, Allie Osher, what's going on, honey?
ALIOSHE.
Hey, Allie, what's up?
Hey, sorry about that. I was having trouble hearing you guys, so I saw what the message is in the chat. Anyway, I found something that's interesting. Of course, we know that all the votes are not legitimate until they are certified later on, or they have recounts or they have audits.
Yeah,
I
December
found a page.
15th, yeah?
Yeah, I found a page that is a government website called the United States Election Assistance Commission. It is the EAC.gov.
Okay.
EAC.gov. I'm writing it down. EAC.gov.
Right. Correct. And even they say on their website, results reported on election night are unofficial until it is certified and until the Electoral College is verified in the Senate, as we know. So, yes, you can call the Secretary of State. You can always check up on your vote. That is your right as a citizen. Hopefully something can be done before 68 days goes by, which would be January 20th, 2025.
Well, that's good, Alyosha. That actually brings to mind when you should probably call your Secretary of State to find out about your ballot. That's how you find out about your ballot. And then when you find whether or not your ballot
99% of America voted for Trump and Vance. Sorry, Kelly. Bye, bitch.
No,
Somebody
that's not
kick
true.
her out of my
I'm sorry.
fucking chat. No. 1% of you are moaning and groaning, and 99% of America voted for Trump and Vance. Hey, bitch. Kelly, go back to Russia, you cunt. Bye.
Well, here's
I'm
here's
sick
what
of
my
this shit.
answer.
I'm not going to put up with this shit now for 5 fucking seconds. Go ahead, Allie. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I didn't know if you were yelling at me or not. That's where a recount and an audit would be great to prove that, actually. So maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I think. But in any case, I figured I'd drop off that information, and I understand it's a tough time too. Everybody's stressed out. I understand.
It's too raw, and people grieve in different ways, but I'm not ready
Sure.
to grieve. I'm not giving up.
No, not me either.
I'm not giving up. This fucking fight ain't over yet, bitch. As you said,
No.
nothing's over until the fucking election is certified. They can't certify the election because there's too much fucking hacking and too much fucking cheating. Prove me wrong. Thank you,
There
Ed,
you
for
go.
calling in because I want to move on to a few things. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Bye.
I want
the
to
election.
I want to play this Nick Fuentes thing. Please roll the tape. This fucking
Oh,
disgusting.
God.
Please, everybody, ladies, men who support your ladies, this is how we've been treated forever.
Yeah, Kelly should
And
be
we're not
watching
gonna
this, actually.
we're not gonna put up with this shit any longer. Not for 1 second.
Hey, bitch, we control your bodies. Guess what? Guys win again, okay? Men win again. And yes, we control bodies. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. It's your body, my choice. You will never control your own bodies. You will never be the president of the global empire. Never gonna happen, sweetie.
I already know there's going to be a bunch of people who are like, who cares what that troll has to say? He's not President Trump. He doesn't matter. I don't even know who that guy is. You don't recognize that guy? I don't blame you. It's hard to keep track of all the shitheads. But that's Nick Fuentes. As in, Donald Trump had him over for dinner. White nationalist, Holocaust denier. And he was like, come on in. Come to Mar-a-Lago with Kanye West. We'll chop it up. That's who said that. Plus, this has made a ton of them feel very, very emboldened. When Nick posted Your Body, My Choice Forever, this guy said, there's going to be a lot of women threatening sex strikes, LMAO, as if you have a say.
Yeah.
And then here's a comment
can't see it.
from TikTok that was left on a woman's video. Big Paul here after his failed rap career. Leaving that in comments. Oh, and remember when myself and others were talking about Project 2025? And a bunch of y'all were like, that's not real. You're spreading misinformation. That's not Donald Trump. He has Agenda 47. As if Agenda 47 isn't like the children's book version of Project 2025. Remember that? Remember how you all said that? It wasn't even 24 hours. It was literally the next morning, hours after his victory. Yeah. Republicans celebrate by admitting they can't wait for Project 2025. All these people, Matt Walsh, Charlie Kirk, all these people out here going like, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, that is real. And again, you might go, well, that's just a bunch of like internet shitheads. Doesn't mean Trump's gonna... Except Donald Trump plans to hire this Project 2025 author to regain control of the border when he has one of the key authors of Project 2025 sitting in his chambers there as one of his yes men with his ear. You think this guy's not going to try and sell him on the other stuff? And they have the best sales pitch in the world. It goes like this. Mr. President, you're worried about all these things. You don't have to worry about this. This is a lot of work. A lot of other people have already done the legwork for you.
Yep.
They've come up with the plans. All you have to do is take this. We already wrote it up. Just take this and go out there and say, I have an idea. You can even take full credit. We're fine with that. You take the credit, you go out there, and then we'll just do it. That's the world we're looking to live in, and I feel like the next 4 years is going to be a whole lot of me going, I fucking told you so.
Yep. How many times are we going to have to say that? the next couple of
Right.
years if this shit really happens. How many times are we going to have to say that? Oh, you don't like that you're paying $9 for a carton of fucking eggs when we told you so? Oh, you don't like it that you're paying all this money in gas? Oh, we told you so. Oh, you never noticed that there was decades and decades of evidence that every time a Republican gets in office, they trash the fucking economy, and every time a Democrat comes in, they have to clean up your fucking mess? You haven't noticed that? Pull your head out of your fucking ass. Play the next video of the blonde chick. I forget her name. I love this chick. She's in Missouri. I can't think of her name right now. But she says it perfectly. All about all the oligarchs and all this shit. Now they own everything.
I'm not upset today because my team didn't win. I'm upset because I'm seeing democracy fail. And if you study history, you know that democracies are more than likely going to fail at some point. They fail more often than they stand. This isn't Democratic or Republican policies. This is an oligarchy. J.D. Vance was installed by Peter Thiel. He's a billionaire. Elon Musk, he's a billionaire. Rupert Murdoch, he's a billionaire. The people behind the Heritage Foundation, they're all billionaires. A democracy does not work for these people. These people need a permanent underclass. They need cheap labor or free labor if they can get it. Talking to friends and experts across the country about what this looks like, because we can witness it in other countries like Russia and Turkey, but what does it look like here? What's going to happen here? It's not the fact that my team didn't win. It's much worse than that.
Yep, much worse than that, because they own all our media. They're all billionaires. And then the right keeps saying the elites are going to own everything and take everything over when they are in cahoots with all the elites. And quit saying Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. Vladimir Putin is.
Yes.
Vladimir Putin is the richest man in the world, and he owns our Republican Party. He owns the NRA. He owns the Federalist Society and the Heritage Foundation.
And Elon Musk speaks fluent Russian.
And here you go. My FYI, my ballot was confirmed and received last week, and this morning this. I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to put it in the fucking chat so Tony can, or not in the thing, in our thingy, so you can show it, Tony. And what was the other thing? Oh, yeah. While he's pulling that up, Misconception on Twitter said, FYI, my ballot was confirmed. And then, that's this chick.
Yeah.
The ballot, this chick. Your vote by mail ballot has not been received yet by the registered voters office. And that was issued. It was issued on 10/7, but she didn't receive it until November 7. I mean, fuckery is real, super real, especially against women. And there's this video. It's not about this chick goes on a date with this dude. And, it started off mundane and blah, blah, blah. But then, wait until she tells you what the fucking her date is up to. Hey, Texas. Watch the fuck out. Yep. Play the video.
I went on a date with a guy the other night and it was kind of a wash. I'm a good time, so I have a good time wherever I go, but he wasn't really bringing much to the situation. And then we get to the end of the date and he tells me who he voted for and why he voted for him. And I was like, I'm going to be honest with you, that's it's kind of a non-starter for me. And I went about my life. And he texted me this morning and he told me, I saw that you took a step back when I told you why I was hoping he would win. And I just want to tell you, I got some news that is really exciting for me, that there's a company that I partner with and they've got a contract, but the contract only goes through if Donald Trump wins. What is this contract, you might ask, that only goes through if Donald Trump wins? Well, this contract is a series of immigration camps that's going to be built in South Texas. And I went, oh, immigration camps. And he said, you know, for vetting and processing immigrants. And I said, oh, that doesn't sound great. And he said, well, I don't really have to like work there, right? I'm just like partnered with the company. So it's like life-changing money for me to partner with this company that's going to build immigration camps in South Texas. And I went, that's not really helping your case any. And he's like, well, I don't have to work there. Yuck. Yuck. And I went, well, you're helping to create it. Like, doesn't that make you feel bad? And he's like, no, I'm helping to protect people. I'm providing like the protection for the immigrants. And I'm like, do you mean the guards? Do you mean the guards at the concentration camps? Is that what you mean? Anyway, I feel like dating as a woman in Florida is really just subjecting yourself to torture no one should have to endure.
So, building, he's got a contract, but it only goes through if Trump wins, building concentration camps in Texas. Anybody paying attention? Anybody waking up yet? What the fuck we're actually in for if this motherfucker gets in? Protest everything for the next 2 fucking months. We should be in the fucking streets. And thank you to Chicago, and thank you to fucking Philly, and thank you to New Yorkers who are out in the streets protesting already. We're sick of this shit. And oh, and by the way, I love this lady, the next lady, the blonde hair. Yeah. This is the truth. So yeah. So, think about it. Think about it for 1 fucking second. You're a perfect candidate for white people. Let her explain in her words.
We had the perfect candidate for white people, like the white person's perfect candidate. I'm just going to be straight. Former cop, Christian, straight and married, middle class, went to public university for grad school, believes in working families and families, believes in the union, believes in guns, supports the Second Amendment, loves the Constitution, super patriotic, thinks that the government should stay out of our business, believes in that whole privacy thing. Literally the absolute perfect candidate. Sent out a policy plan that just was going to reduce taxes for people making under $400,000 that economists were like, wow, this is freaking amazing. Literally the perfect candidate for the average white American. And the only reason why Kamala Harris is not president right now is because she is a black woman and not a white man. And you might not like that I said that, but nothing else, all your other stuff doesn't matter. I said what I said. Anything else is malarkey. It's the truth.
100%. Literally the perfect candidate. Straight, you know what I mean? Gun owner, a former cop. All of it. The Second Amendment.
90%. 90%. I don't think white people let black people down. I don't think white women let Kamala down.
I agree with you. That's why our fucking votes are missing.
That's giving that impression and that illusion is causing problems in our, and we need to make sure that we again have extra patience towards our brown and black brothers and sisters who may be feeling a little bit freaking pissed at seeing this for the millionth time.
They're not the only people who are pissed off. All us white women are pissed off too because something happened.
Well, they're not the only ones, but they've been pissed and they've had good reason to be pissed and they've got good reason not to trust us. So we need to make sure.
They knew they had to cock block the women's vote. They knew they had to cock block the women's vote. White, black, doesn't fucking matter. Muslim, Chinese, I don't give a shit if you're purple. Motherfuckers had to block the fucking women's vote because they knew they were done. And why? Don't you remember Donald Trump going, oh, don't worry, women won't remember about Roe in November, when that was like back in fucking February, he was saying that bullshit.
You forget you have a uterus, I guess.
So here's this guy with the shades on and the beard, and he's talking about how, oh, it's funny, isn't it funny? And funny, they're all quiet, acting like a schoolboy, got away with something. Go ahead, play the tape.
Yo, why is Donnie acting like a teenage boy that can't believe that he just got away with some shit? I mean, seriously, he's not acting right, y'all. He's not bragging about anything. He's not touting his future plans. It's like he's still waiting to get caught. And I know other people are seeing this shit too. And I know people that pay attention and they're in tune with things. They're saying that this shit just doesn't feel right. You know, I'm no conspiracy theorist, but Vlad, Donnie, and Elon, we all know, are jerk-off buddies. So with that, I believe that anything's kind of possible with this shit. So I think it's time for them to start talking about giving us some answers about exactly where this lack of turnout came from. You know, so far, all I've gotten is Palestine and that lefties abstaining because of that shit. Now, I'm going to need a little bit more than that. We need to start pushing for answers and making sure that people that are in office are doing their due diligence to make sure that this shit gets figured out. Make no mistake about it, people. This isn't the end. It's just the beginning. This is now a resistance page. Fuck the fascists.
Thank you. We are going back we're Resistance 2.0.
Thank you. Now, here's another one. Now they're saying, first they were saying it was white women protest voting over Kamala Harris. Now it's Palestine because they're trying to reignite the Israel-Palestine, open that wound.
Guess
what?
what?
Anybody got any guesses what'll be the next wound they're going to try and open? I mean, Nick Fuentes tried to tell women that break women, pull women aside and marginalize us. Now he's trying to marginalize black women from white women, and it's class warfare is next.
It's a culture
and
class,
cultural and class warfare. Yeah.
Well, guess what? There only is the 1%. The rest of us are just schlubs.
We'll just go down the list of all of our civil rights, and those are all based on hot button issues: religion, abortion, free speech, free press, all these things.
You want to enforce your fucking religion? Fuck your religion. I could give two shits about your fucking religion. Religion has been the downfall of so many. Religion has killed more people than anything else on the fucking planet.
Yes. And it's not your right to impose your religion on me. You have your religion, have your thing, have your faith, have your God, I don't care if you pray to a toilet seat every night. Have that for your God. But porcelain God, just remember that that's on you. That's all yours. Nobody else needs to have to deal with your...
Call from Lindsay from Oklahoma.
Hi, Lindsay. Thanks for calling. What's going on?
Hey, my lovelies. I just need to say the Taliban congratulated Trump.
Of course they did.
Of course they did.
Like, do we need to look further for what the fuckisms?
No, it's all right there.
Yeah, Netanyahu was the first call. The first phone call I got was Netanyahu going, thanks, dude. We're going to fucking make Gaza into a fucking parking lot, bro.
I don't know if you've seen what the EU has been making statements about. Sweden came out and said something, and Macron from France said something. He made a tweet, but he also made a statement. I highly recommend the statement because it was really good. It was pretty much like, we need to back Ukraine no matter what. We need, speaking about the EU, we need to, be our own people. We need to strengthen ourselves. We need to, whatever. But he said, in his tweet, Macron, he said, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. With your convictions and mine, I hope we make the world a better place. And I really feel like that was the convictions part.
Double on.
Ew, it's so sassy.
That was good. That
So
was good.
sassy.
He's good.
And here, can I just bring something up that nobody's talking about?
Sure.
This felon cannot go to some countries. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about that.
Well, our friends who are overseas do. Steve, who's in our chat tonight from Scotland, he's like, how can this guy be a felon? He can't even come to he's not even allowed in our fucking country. How about this one that was just reposted with what's his name? Swalwell reading off the list while they were trying to cut his ass off. Do you know what I'm talking about? You guys remember this? All right, here's Swalwell. We're reading the list of countries he can't go to because he's a goddamn felon. And they kept saying, your time is expired. And he didn't stop. And that's why
And
I
I'm
was
just
like,
I'm going to remind you, Diane, that Roger Stone planned on tape for Swalwell and another congressman to be assassinated in Jupiter, Florida, not very long ago. There was a recording that came out of Roger Stone plotting to kill Swalwell. So
Trump can't work
that's
for
the thing.
McDonald's. He can't even.
It's become
qualify to
normalized.
Yeah. And so what? We're just going to have Captain Melon Felon, isolationist up in the White House, and everybody's going to come to him? Like, what? What?
Yeah.
Anyways, my survival this week since Tuesday, if you're on Reddit, has been leopards ate my face.
Yep.
And it is glorious.
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't
I
believe
saw
they're
someone
gonna
on
come
there
after
today
them.
saying that they spoke to a cashier, and like the cashier said, she voted for Trump to get a $25,000 first home credit, and she's like, that was Kamala. And the girl was like,
Yeah.
what?
Well, persimmon Pinochet needs to go away.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm
Wizzy, you're
calling
really
it now,
hard to hear. All of a
persimmon
sudden, you need to
Pinochet.
start talking in the microphone. I can't hear you, Wizzy.
Pinochet. He's persimmon Pinochet.
I know who you're
Needs
talking
to
about.
go.
That's
Who's that?
That's Trump.
Oh,
Persimmon.
Pinochet. Got it.
Yeah.
Come on, it's dorky. It's supposed to be.
Is it wrong of me to remember the speeches from just last week about how he's a threat to democracy and fascism and stuff? I don't know if you guys watched Bustin' Brian today, but I felt that rant in my soul. I did. He said all of the things that I have been thinking in the last 5 days.
Yeah, who was that?
Boston Brian.
Oh, Boston Brian. Yeah.
He went on a hella mega rant today.
Yeah, no, he's great. And of course, we adore him. And he gave us shout outs today, which of course we so appreciate. Thank you, Boston Brian, for just doing that. You know what? Boston Brian and Progressive Matters, the Angry Ginger, are the only two channels who acknowledge us. So thank you, guys.
Yeah, put their links in the chat. You guys go check them out. Both of them are great.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, I know most of our people have. But
Well, I'm going to let you go.
Thanks,
I just saw
Lindsay.
that there was double the audience that there normally is on here, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to jump in with my peeps and say hello.
Woo, woo, woo. Love you, girl.
Woo, woo. I love y'all. Please stay sane for me. We need everybody sane and ready.
Yep.
We're good.
Yep, we will. Love you, babe.
Love you, bye.
Good to hear your
Steve
voice.
from Scotland said, you see our Scottish Parliament? Why are we congratulating the convicted felon and racist? It's on YouTube if you fancy it.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that today. I do want to play this first. Please just play Swalwell because I just fucking love him.
You might be in a cult. If you're supporting a guy whose felony convictions prevent him from getting a security clearance, you might be in a cult. And if the guy you're supporting for president has felony convictions that prevent him from going to Argentina,
I move that the
Australia,
gentleman's words be
Brazil,
taken down.
Cambodia, Canada,
Mr.
Chile,
Chairman.
China, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Egypt, Ethiopia,
Mr. Chairman,
Hong
my
Kong,
my motion
India,
takes precedent.
Indonesia, Iran, Ireland, Israel, Japan, Kenya, Macau, Malaysia, Mexico, Morocco, Nepal, New Zealand, Peru, Philippines, Singapore, South Africa, South Korea, Taiwan, Tanzania, Tunisia, Turkey, Ukraine, United Arab Emirates, and the UK.
The gentleman from Kentucky is recognized for 5 minutes.
I love you, Swalwell. Keep reading the list. Fuck their hammers and their gavels and their fucking... Your time is run out. Benny, I can't hear you. Oh, okay. So I want to play the next thing. This dude's from England. This dude, well, he seems like he's from England. I don't know. Seems like it to me. He's got that English accent. But this is what they think of us now. This is what they think.
It's official. The USA has officially lost its fucking mind. Maybe it's proof that eating too much processed food actually fucks with your brain, but... What? You put him back in. You put him back in. It's okay because he's going to half your mortgage, half your food bills, reduce your gas prices, as well as interfere with equality rights for women, the LGBTQ plus community, as well as round up all the immigrants, stick them on planes, send them abroad and shoot the media that don't agree with him. I mean, what is there to be worried about? Whilst at the same time pardoning himself for all the crimes that he's been found guilty of and probably try and change the law on how he can be president forever and turn it into some sort of monarchy, you know? Great idea, America. Yeah, let's go for that. And the finger pointing's already begun. Is it her fault? Is it his fault? No, America, it's all of your faults, okay? You had one thing to do, and just apply some fucking brain cells. But no, you didn't. So let's just enjoy the next 4 years, shall we? Let's hope we all survive the next 4 years. In 2028, we'll all be sat here again going, what the fuck was all that about? I mean, good luck, everyone.
I mean, you've lost your fucking minds. You bloody mad.
You know, we need to get one from every country, because there is one in every country that has got, there's many people in other countries terrified as to what happens in this country. I want to reiterate to everyone, just one more time, the entire world is counting on us to not let this son of a bitch get power. He gets power, that gives Putin permission to roll straight across Ukraine into Europe.
Wizzy, can you talk better in the microphone? It's still hard to hear you. You're kind of low volume. I hear you. I just feel, yeah, I can totally hear you now. That was too sexy. Do that again.
Can you hear me now?
Oh my God, honey,
do
that again.
You have to get a loop.
Yes, selfish, entitled Americans. Yes, we've been told we're the greatest country in the world and all this fucking bullshit forever. We ate all that. We ate all that in a bag of chips. What the fuck, man?
Okay, y'all, the whole world's counting on us. And we got to straighten this out before that sumbitch lets the hell rain down on whoever wants to, because we have a huge military and it's a huge part of a big apparatus that's NATO. And you know, Trump wants us out of NATO, which is an 80-year-old defense alliance that we've had with Europe, other partners since the end of World War II.
Gone.
And Trump wants it gone because Putin wants it gone.
Yep.
Okay. We just gained a couple new NATO members, actually, you know, and we wanted to also bring Ukraine in, and that's Putin's problem, you see. So what does Trump want to do? He wants to get rid of NATO, get out of NATO, and he wants to let Putin roll across Ukraine and into Europe. What do you think Europe thinks about us now?
They think we're all bloody mad.
The only time the NATO charter has been invoked, the defense charter has been invoked, is when 9/11. Yes. And that was when the world came to our defense. So those of y'all who think NATO is just a big mind, no. It's an alliance of countries to defend themselves against the likes of Putin and Kim Jong-un and so forth. And Trump wants to dismantle it. Putin wants to dismantle it. Trump wants to pull us out, which will weaken it significantly.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll make us an unreliable player. You see, the minute that man takes a seat, our dollar will be downgraded. Our favorite, we're not going to be top of the top anymore. If he gets in office, we'll be second, third, fourth, whatever. So just be ready. Not gonna be number one no more. Even if you thought you were, which we weren't really. By the way, the world currency is based on our dollar. I'm going to say that again too. The world currency is based on our dollar.
Yes, it is.
So we need to consider that also, because when these tariffs go into place, that'll be pretty gnarly.
So
okay, and it'd be really hard to trade with Europe when they're fighting a war with Russia. So just think about that, please.
Yeah. Nobody gets it. We've been screaming for a fucking decade. They still don't get it. They don't hear us because we're at the bottom of YouTube and we're just a bunch of bitches, and they don't want to fucking hear us talk.
But you guys do, so you guys can take it out there. You guys, that's good that you guys are here to help to listen to us. I think it's cool.
I know. I appreciate everybody that's here. But we're also, struggling because
we've got to get this word out.
Yeah, we are women and nobody wants. We're just housewives. We aren't political pundits. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I'm a fucking artist, a musician, and a fucking household engineer. And I don't get paid for any of it. So, Super Saint's calling back in.
Huh?
Super Saint, thanks for calling in again. What's going on, honey?
Hey, this is one of the things I wanted to add. When Ukraine gave up their nukes, we promised them that we would have their back. And that's one of the promises that we gave them. And by not backing them, we have let them down. And by golly, we should, if we're not going to back them anymore, then we should give them back ways to defend themselves.
Yep. Give them back their fucking nukes. So, here's a bunch of nukes.
I wanted to add that.
Russia.
What makes us think it's for us to give this or that back to a country? You know what I'm saying, Super Saint House? It's almost gotten to the arrogance where people say, well, Trump should just go do something about, or we should go just give Russia. Trump will give Ukraine to Russia. It's not for Trump to give Ukraine to Russia. Ukraine belongs to Ukraine, right? Super Saint, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. It's their decision to do what they need to do.
He talks like he's got that option. But you don't see Biden
I don't
talking
trust
that way.
him not to give our weapons to Russia, to be honest with you.
Right.
Wait a minute. Elon Musk is already doing that shit. Elon Musk has security
clearances,
ladies and gentlemen. He's got security clearances.
I know, and he also, when Starlink was supposed to help them, he cut them off with the Russian Navy. I mean, they were going to defend themselves, and he shut Starlink off so that they couldn't use their drones to defend themselves. I just still can't believe that we didn't do anything.
And now we know Starlink was involved in our elections. This just came out today, folks. This came out in the last couple hours just before the fucking show.
Did y'all see any of the information about people writing into the White House to Biden about Biden kicking him out of the country for lying about his coming into the country illegally and lying? And that should be a cause for him to lose his citizenship and be deported out of the country and lose his security clearance.
I want everybody who's listening to write a real letter with a stamp on it. A stamp. Write a letter to the fucking White House and say, Joe, demand a recount. Demand, I don't care. That's all you have to say.
He can.
Letters after letters. Like in the old days, not emails, not this fucking bullshit. No, I want real letters with stamps sent to the fucking Joe Biden at the fucking White House demanding recounts. We cannot just fall over and give this to this motherfucker who we know cheated.
Do both.
That just tells me.
Do digital
that
as
they
well.
allowed-
Do both.
That tells me
Do both.
that our military saw the Starlink connection. That tells me that Joe Biden knows Starlink got involved with our elections. That tells me that meeting at the White House on Wednesday might be a little bit more intense than.
Well,
Yeah,
also,
that's interesting.
there is the Civil Rights Division of DOJ, and like I said, if they get flooded with people contacting them for election suspicion or concerns, if they get flooded by us contacting them and, on their website and leaving our concerns about us being disenfranchised, our votes not counting, they will be, at least it will be documentation,
Yes.
and we can also, have documentation of contacting the White House and their staff. And we can also send letters by snail mail. But, we also have the joy that has slowed the mail down.
There you go.
But
That's
if
the
we
problem.
if we do
So
both,
your better bet is to probably
do
do
both,
or if neither,
Both.
or all of them is
Do
what I'm
both.
saying. Do 'em
I'm
all,
gonna do it.
whatever
Yes.
we've got to do.
But if we do both, and then we contact our secretaries of state, we contact our election boards in our local, county and in our cities. Just, flood the zone, and but also contact the election protection number there or the website and see if your vote was counted, and encourage other people around you to check, because even if it was said that it was counted at one point, it can be withdrawn, because some people I know that said it was counted had it say that it was returned. So
Well,
until the
return, I
12th,
think
when
election returns means that it was counted. That's very possible. So be careful about that one, because election returns means election things that have returned from the ballot to the ballot. The ballot has returned with its selection on it. So election returns. So check on the verbiage of that. Maybe.
Election Protections Hotline. Mark just posted it in the chat, so please go there and check. Thank you, Super Saint, for calling in again. I appreciate it.
thank you so much. Love you guys. Okay, bye-bye.
I don't want anybody to forget this. I don't want anybody to forget this. Because, there was such a shithose of fucking news during the Trump administration. During COVID, China approved Ivanka Trump's trademarks on fucking voting machines. Trademarked postmark checking devices. In addition to voting machines, she also trademarked postmark checking devices. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Postmark checking devices, along with the voting machines. These motherfuckers are in on it deep. You got Ivanka with the voting machines. You got Elon Musk with the fucking Starlink. There's so much fuckery. How can you even keep track? You cannot tell me it was a free and fair election. I'll never fucking believe it. Not once.
He had these machines in the storeroom, in the back room of some freaking last year. He had them in the back room, ready to go. I'll be damned. It's really just never ceases to amaze me, the creativity of these assholes. If they spend half the energy they have trying to make things better, do you know how much better this world could be? They just spend all of their energy just tearing down.
Cock blocking every progress. Cock blocking anything that would help people.
All my life.
Gen X George says from 2016 to 2020, we lost population count to COVID overall, but gained voters. How the fuck did we lose 20 million votes like this in a year? So, yeah, you're right, Gen X George. How about 1.2 million people died of COVID? And we don't even see that.
Yeah, we had record numbers
most
in
of them were
2020.
Republicans. Most of them were Republicans because he told us to fucking drink bleach and trying to fucking light up our assholes. So, and take ivermectin or whatever the fuck that fucking shit was. Yeah? So, I'll probably get doxxed, right? I'll probably get hit for just even saying that word on our show. I'm not kidding. You know, we're supposed to believe all this fucking bullshit that it never. We don't see any of the numbers. We don't see any of these numbers. We don't see Roe v. Wade numbers. All these women's votes are being thrown out. Elon Musk. Starlink. Putin. He cheated in 2016. He cheated in 2020. You're going to say it's free and fair now and there was no cheating? Give me a fucking break. You must really think I've got fucking a hole in my head. If you think I think this is fucking true. And they gaslit us so fucking hard in 2020, it makes us sound like conspiracy theories and we're crazy.
Well, if the thing is, a conspiracy theory, it has zero basis in fact, or very little basis in fact. Might have a little shred of truth in it, but really it's a load of shit. It's pulled out of someone's ass. That's where shit usually emerges. And that's why, and when you deal with, like, when you see an anomaly, something that's unusual, you're going to want to figure out what that unusual thing is.
It's like they
and you're
cheated too hard.
And you're going to do little tests in your brain. And when things make logical sense, you use logic. When you use logic and it leads you to this conclusion, it's driving people batshit because there's a lot of people that don't want to say it.
The logic, Wizzy, you're 100% right. The logic, we're going, wait a minute, none of this makes any fucking sense. Go ahead and play the next fucking video. And every time I see a video like this, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but this doesn't look right. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but because they made us, by them being conspiracy theorists, making up shit out of whole fucking cloth.
We don't.
Now we look like we're fucking crazy. It's gaslighting on an epic fucking proportion. Go ahead, play the tape.
Yes, it is.
So I have a genuine question, and hopefully TikTok will play this video if you guys engage in the comments, because I really want to understand how the swing states, they all voted for President Trump, but they also all voted Democrat for Senate or governor. I'm just wondering how that happens, and I am in no way a conspiracy theorist. I just really want to understand how that happened. So I looked back to 2020 to see if something similar has happened.
Nope.
And it didn't. So then I looked to 2016. I said, well, maybe something like this has happened in 2016. It didn't. So I looked to 2012. Maybe this happened in 2012. Maybe this happens. And it didn't. So I'm just wondering if anyone can explain to me, on the right or the left, how does something like this happen? Do you think that these people went in and said, okay, I want my state to stay democratic. I'm good with that, but I don't want the country to be democratic. So I'm going to vote for a Republican president. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that happened, but I'm not convinced. So let me know in the comments what you think.
See what I mean? She's like, I'm not convinced. And she's trying so hard to be like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. It's gaslighting on a fucking epic proportion. I wanted to read to you, where was it? Here we go. John Pavlovitz. You guys know who he is. Yeah, yesterday, midday on November 5th, the entire Harris campaign was euphoric as early intel was great. Nancy Pelosi assured us we had the votes to take the House. Cory Booker said he believed the race would be called for Harris by the end of the night. Charlie Kirk and Stephen Miller were publicly panicking all over social media. Somehow, in a matter of hours, that all completely shifted. That's the thing that made this painful. That was a full pendulum swing into darkness. It defies understanding.
It defies logic.
Yes. Is Mr. Spock
And that's
here?
why people are going batshit, but they can't come out and say, I'm going crazy. Something's wrong with the election, but I'm afraid to tell anyone because they'll think I'm a conspiracy theorist. So that's why we want people to feel free to say it here.
100%. Ladies, check your fucking votes. Make sure that they were counted.
You're not a conspiracy theorist. You have good reason to think that he's cheated. He's cheated before for many times before. He's
cheated on everything he's ever done in his entire fucking life. Everything. Right. His wives, his businesses, golf, you fucking name it, the motherfucker has cheated on it.
Yep. So again, we have
his
more
taxes.
To do so much.
We still don't have his taxes or his medical records. Somehow his first fucking doctor mysteriously fucking dies. His wife is fucking shoved down a fucking staircase. Nobody fucking knows. His first wife, I should say.
The other Koch brother died recently, I think. I'm not sure. I'm going to double check.
Yeah.
I saw it and then it went away.
The second Koch brother died on election day?
I think so.
Huh. Isn't that funny? I'm telling you, we're not playing this time. We're not playing for the next 2 fucking months. Fuck it all. And tomorrow's Veterans Day, so if you try to make any phone calls or do anything tomorrow, we're fucked. Gotta wait till Tuesday to do it. Yeah. So, have we had any more trolls? I told that one troll to fuck off and called her a cunt, and nobody's come back. Don't be coming in the 21st century suffragettes and think you're gonna get away with this shit, bitch. We ain't tolerating this shit no more.
Nope, not having it. Don't try and feed me bullshit either. I don't want to tell anybody. Don't try to appease me and tell me, no, it's just this, it's just this. They're trying to divide us.
Yep.
And let's not let them.
No. We stand here at the 21st Century Suffragettes with our black and our brown friends, our brothers and sisters. We stand with our brothers and sisters in the LGBTQ community. We stand with all women, right? We stand with the men, the suffragettes who support us. Basically, we want the best. Even we wanted good. Kamala Harris was going to do great things for even the people who were going to vote against her, who voted against her. And now they're finding out. Now they're finding out what tariffs are, and then who was going to give them the $25,000 thing to buy their first house. And now they're finding out because it's fuckery, fucking disinformation, Russian fucking psyop campaigns on American people. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know the Russians are doing this to us.
Okay, now this is another thing. Notice that it's the deep South. They have a lot of state power. They're big on states' rights, and there's always a fight with them over states' rights to do whatever they wanted. Back in the days of slavery, it was state. That was the big reason for the Civil War. They believed it was a states' right. So when someone yells states' rights to you, that's an asshole move. But anyway, that said, not that it's always an asshole move. There are state rights, but it's just when someone's saying that about taking away one of your rights, like it's a state's right to decide whether or not you get to have an abortion. That's what they did. That Supreme Court's handed it back to the states. That's not good. But anyway, I lost my train of thought, so I had to come back to it. God dang it. What was I going to say?
Shit happens all the fucking time, dude.
And it was important, damn it. I get off on a tangent over here, and I forget where I'll come back to it.
Well, again, defunding education, as Tanya says, or hints to here in our chat. Yeah, they've defunded education for all my life.
There you go. Thank you. That brought me back to it, Diane. I figured it out. Okay, so these people have been in an information silo. If you're in an information silo, then you don't know that that's not all the information that you have. You're just looking in through this little lens that the government's providing to you if you're in Appalachia. You don't have a lot of infrastructure. I doubt they've updated their infrastructure for 80 years in Appalachia or in some of these deep South places, some of these really deep red places. People get used to doing things the way they've always done them, and they're happy to do so. But it gets to the point where they're like they carried on these discriminatory, like they did in, is it Jackson, Mississippi, and what is it, Flint, Michigan? Just these enclaves of poor, and because they're predominantly poor, then they tend to be predominantly minority because of the economic disparaging. I can't think of the word, but anyway, problem with the economics that we haven't provided good. Yeah, we need reparations anyway.
Yeah.
So white people have been robbed of information. They don't have any. These people have purposely done it. And the state governments have purposely taken money, pulled even federal dollars, and just got it out of the system. They've basically want to privatize all of our vital goods and services. So anything you need to survive, anything you need to, your medicine, your fuel, your education, all your basic human rights, they want to privatize. That's why they have corporate apartment complexes now. They don't have somebody that owns apartments and they rent it out. They got corporate now that are nationwide. They've got all these, they want to do corporate school. And they can indoctrinate you however they want. They don't have to meet a standard because you're paying for it if you want your child to be educated. Pretty soon there'll only be the elite that are educated. So, yeah. Anyway, but you won't get a real education. You'll get indoctrination. Yeah. And then there's the old medicine thing. Like now, see, the fact that they privatize medication to the point where you have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for like one pill of a life-saving medication. You have to be rich enough to live. Yep. Privatized prisons.
There's a rich enough to live. There you go. That's it right there. You hit on it. You have to be rich enough to live.
That's right. And there's a profit motive for jailing your neighbor if you have private prisons, which they have a lot of down south. So just saying, a lot of people's economics are around those private prisons, so they don't think twice about it. That's how they live.
Kimchi in the chat says, I'm on full on rage cleaning while screaming along, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
I love that song. Freaking killing in the name of. That's right. You're damn right, Kimchi.
Thank you, Kimchi.
So I just had to rant.
Yeah. The undervote. Here's Pam Keith, Esquire on Twitter. An undervote is a ballot that has a vote for POTUS, but the rest of the ballot is blank. Trump's margin in every swing state appears to be based entirely on the undervotes. Okay. That's not just weird, it's utterly implausible.
That's right.
So this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. And here's Elon Musk saying, it's so easy to hack. It's so easy to hack everything. You know what's not easy to hack? Paper fucking ballots. Play the fucking tape.
I'm a technologist. I know a lot about computers. And I'm like, the last thing I would do is trust a computer program. Because it's just too easy to hack. It's too easy to add just one line.
In my view, it should only be paper ballots hand counted. Yeah. Oh. Well, guess what? We actually have paper ballots. My mail-in, my absentee is a fucking paper ballot.
It's the counting machines. The tabulation machines.
Yeah, and now we know that those machines are all hacked and owned by fucking...
Or they're all blown up.
Elon.
And went up in a rocket, yeah. Didn't Elon launch a rocket after that?
I'm sorry, I don't want to get sued by Dominion and Smartmatic, but where are the Dominion and Smartmatic machines that we had the last time? Did they just throw them all out? Like, what the fuck happened?
Well, we like them. We're not going to get sued by them if we're telling them we like them.
I'm just saying, where did they all go? And what happened?
The
Now we
state
all have
government-
new fucking machines that count for
state
70% of our votes across the country.
The state government can go out and buy new machines.
Oh, fuck. It's such fucking horse shit, I can hardly stand it. I mean...
They've been dining out. They've been dining out, living large for 40 fucking years off of the backs of the rest of us. And they are right now, what they're doing is they're taking everything every veteran has ever died for, and they're shoving it right back up in our face. And so they're gonna see the whirlwind here.
Bush
in terms of
created a generation of veterans that they won't fucking take care of. And now they're all butthurt. Now they're all butthurt for good goddamn fucking reason. Most of them were insurrectionists on fucking Jan 6.
Yeah. They've treated us all like we're stupid. They've treated us all like we're crazy. They've tried to make us crazy. They've gaslit us. They've done all kinds of things. I think there's going to be, like, what is it, that Tombstone line that he says at the end there? It's like, I'm coming for you and hell's coming with me.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that the
Jeff
line from
Curry in
Tombstone?
our chat has got a goddamn great question. Don't trust computers. What the hell is driving all his cars? All his cars are built on computers. You're goddamn right. And he can shut them off or blow them up whenever the fuck he wants. Don't buy his $100,000 piece of shit fucking cars. Please. First of all, they're ugly as shit. Fuck me. We've got to stop. We've got to stop. We've got to fucking unite. We've got to say we've had a fucking enough. When is it going to be enough?
Yeah. Oh, they're having a women's march on January 18th in Washington, D.C. I'll have to look that up and get it into the chat.
Oh, good. At least it's before the inauguration and
18th.
not after.
January 18th. I'm going to look it up right now.
He's going to break your cars and kick you off social. Yeah, he's going to break your cars and kick you off social media. Dusted earth.
New York Times, Washington Post. Wow. So the Women's March is
Yeah, how the fuck did Ted Cruz win? How the fuck did Lauren Boebert and fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz and Josh Hawley and all these insurrectionist assholes get back in office? Can anybody explain that one to me? Really? Missouri, Texas, you really voted for these motherfuckers again? I'd like a poll of everybody who lives in Texas. Anybody live in Texas? I know there's a few people in the chat that live in Texas. You vote for this motherfucker? Really? You voted for Ted Cruz? By the way, in Texas, the Republicans have been in power for what, 20, 25 years? They don't have a fucking grid, electrical grid. Ted Cruz goes to fucking Cancun while you're fucking freezing in a fucking snowstorm in Texas? Oh, but climate change. There is no climate change. Blah, 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 you fucking dumb fucks. Really? We're getting bigger fucking storms than we've ever had. One after another. And Donald Trump's like, oh, if in 500 years the ocean raises, 1 inch, we'll have more beachfront property. No, you dumb fuck, we'll have less. There'll be less land.
Right?
It'll all be underwater. Florida will be under this much fucking water. The whole state. Underwater. Another reason why Tony and I said, fuck it, we're out of here. I'm leaving fucking Florida. Thank God we left in 2014 when we did. I'm sick of this shit. Anybody else sick of this shit? Raise your hand if you're sick of this shit. All right, I'm gonna do a poll before we go. I have to switch. I have to go here. And I want to thank everybody who subscribed to our channel. We got 9 new subscribers today, you guys. Thank you. We went from 560 to 569. We're at 569, bitches. 569.
A basket, I lost my yellow basket.
All right, question and answer, start a poll. Then with our yeah, if I could type, and I've got my caps lock thing on, so it's all fucked up. I posed it anyway, just so you guys get a laugh.
What's this?
My caps lock was on. I was like, fuck it. I don't care. I don't care. Fuck it. Oh, 10% are saying no. Already. Wow.
Okay, where are we?
I just put
Where
a
are we?
little.
I gotta
I
go.
put a
Where
poll
are you?
in our chat saying,
answer
did
it.
Trump and
Hold on,
Elon fuck with our elections? Yes or no?
I'm trying to find the taint of YouTube. Hold on.
Fuck.
I'm just kidding. There we are.
I love you, Boston Brian. Thank you so much for giving us shout outs today. I love you, brother. And thank you also to Progressive Matters, the Angry Ginger. Thank you also for. Yeah, I saw him in here earlier. Thank you for also giving us shout outs.
Thank you, Bicycle Mike.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bicycle Mike.
Thanks, sweetie.
Call from
Donald Trump's saggy McNuggets.
Right.
It's still funny. It is. It's still funny.
Well, I mean, sometimes you got to say the unpopular truth, which is the unpopular truth this time is that the fucker cheated, and we damn near had documentation, damn near.
We have all the
That's what we need to
documentation.
talk to. We need to find out what we can.
Hold on. We had the Mueller report. Anybody remember the Mueller report? The Mueller report spelled it all out, how he fucking cheated with Russia and surgically pinpointed people in specific neighborhoods to fucking go after them on social media, to fill their heads with fuckery. And that's why do you think they didn't do that this fucking time? You think they didn't learn from 2016 and learn better from 2020? And now they did it with surgical fucking precision? With the help of billionaires like fucking Elon and his Starlink and his fucking satellites? What are we, high?
They're twat stickers.
Yeah, blame the mainstream media. Yeah, you can blame mainstream media all you want, but guess what? We're finding out that nobody's watching mainstream media anymore. Everybody's watching podcasts now.
Nuncies.
But they're watching Joe Rogan. And they're watching Nick Fuentes and Charlie Kirk. And all these fucktards. What's that asshole with the fucking white hair that looks like a goddamn strawberry with white hair? Glenn Beck.
A Q-tip.
He
I
looks like
refer to
a
him
fucking
as Q-tip.
strawberry with white hair. I don't know what the fuck to say. He's red and he's got a fucking...
He's a fucking Q-tip. That's trying to eat a smaller Q-tip that's very large anyway. In front of it. Because he has that little white puffy thing in front of it.
Most people knew nothing of his crimes, Bicycle Mike. Yeah, because they won't report it on right-wing fucking programs. And guess what? We only got what? CNN, kind of half-assed, MSNBC. And then guess what? Guess who the big fucking contributors are on our side? Midas Touch, Brian Tyler Cohen. They have 3.5 million fucking people. Why do you think these people go there to listen? Because those guys are doing what mainstream media won't.
That's right. That's right.
They're calling out all the bullshit. And we all see it with our own fucking two eyes. But guess what? They don't have overlords and they don't have a company to fucking, or what do you call it when they're donors. You don't have the people.
Okay, but the reason these companies are able to stay this wealthy, the way they keep staying wealthy, the reason they're big media is because they're paid for sure. $8 Fox News out of every cable bill that you pay. Fox News gets $8.
Yeah, you know when
like every cable
Fox
bill you
News
pay
has they're a corporation. There's people on the board. They don't have to keep their board members.
They don't have to appeal to the audience. They're getting paid $8 whether you like to watch them, whether you watch them, whether you don't. They're $8 to have them show up on your TV.
What I'm talking about is left-wing people. We only have a few people.
That's right.
Texas Paul, Hal Sparks, Boston Brian. There's a few people out there who are
There's no money.
Yeah. And they're doing it grassroots by them fucking selves like we are.
I'm saying that the corporations have no incentive to do a shit for us because they're making the money anyway.
Yep. We know this. We know this.
And they're not being held accountable. They're not accountable.
I am talking about, of course, Elizabeth, we know this already. I'm talking about the reason why left-wing pundits like Brian Tyler Cohen, for instance, who's going out, he's speaking the fucking truth. He's speaking the fucking truth. The fucking thing that mainstream media, they get paid all their goddamn millions of dollars and they won't do it.
Right.
You have a few people out there who, like Rachel Maddow and maybe a couple others, but they're few and far between. And Rachel's only on goddamn Monday nights.
And she's getting paid millions of dollars per year to do that. She's getting paid, they're all getting paid millions of dollars per year. You know Keith Olbermann, he's talked about it. They're getting paid millions of dollars per year and they're betraying.
Yep.
By keeping their audience base in those spaces.
Uh-huh.
They should have pulled themselves and their audience base out.
And they keep feeding them nonsense and bullshit, so they'll keep fucking coming back for more.
They failed us. We cannot rely on them anymore to be our mass media. We have to create our own mass
Adam
media.
Mocklear. Yeah, I know. He's awesome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These younger guys, like Adam Mocklear, I can see this guy, if we ever have real news again, this guy, you know what I mean? Like people like him and people like Luke Beasley, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these guys are going to be the next generation of our fucking news. Because we're not getting any news. We haven't gotten news for a long fucking time. We have people literally behind the scenes spilling the goddamn beans. Nobody will put them on. We've got shrinks all through the Trump administration and before Trump was in to begin with in the first fucking time. Going, you cannot elect this guy. He's a fucking psychopath. He's a goddamn narcissistic fucking psychopath. A malignant narcissist with serious sadistic tendencies.
Depraved. He's depraved.
He's sadistic. That's the thing about Donald Trump. You know, you can be a narcissist. Look, I'm a narcissist. I'll say I'm a narcissist. You know why? Because it takes a lot of fucking balls to go up on stage, sing and play guitar in front of people. You got to have a certain amount of fucking balls to do that. You can't just go up there and be like, oh, la-di-da, and I'm going to fake it. There ain't no faking it. You can't fake it. And by the way, Lynn, thank you very much. I know you appreciate my music, and thank you, honey. You're very sweet. And you can't fake talent. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, you gotta have some kind of ego to get up on stage and be an actor, because that fucking shit ain't easy either. You're sticking your neck out.
Yeah.
You know? Now, we've got paid actors in our fucking political sphere. They're all fucking, like, cosplaying. You got Donald Trump in looking like a goddamn, a blow-up doll in a goddamn orange vest. He looked like a goddamn blow-up sex doll in an orange vest with his goddamn mouth open, looking like a fucking retard. I'm sorry.
He looks like a persimmon. He looks like a fucking persimmon. He's bright orange. He's not even pumpkin orange. He's bright orange.
You look like a blow-up doll. You look like a sex doll wearing a fucking vest.
A bad sex doll.
An orange vest. He's dressed up in a cowboy hat. And then he got his NFTs where he's a spaceman and a rock and roll star and a fucking motorcycle gang fucking dude and a fucking fireman and all looking like he's svelte when he ain't nothing. He ain't svelte.
Your alter egos are the people who fly the flag. Let your freak flag fly, I guess, has so many weird meanings.
Yeah. Who the hell would buy a sex doll that looks like that, weird. Jeff Curry says.
Right. I'm saying that's their freak flag, man. That's how their freak flags fly. Let them.
How about Nick Fuentes? What? Because Nick Fuentes is a fucking closeted gay. My fucking gaydar goes bing, 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 bing.
And he hates women. He's so angry with women. He's so pissed at women. He hates women. He hates us with a passion. And I wouldn't put it past him, maybe some sort of.
Thank you, Gen X George. You know, I got to give a shout out to everybody here.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for being
guys.
here and listening to us vent. And I feel like,
shout outs to you.
Yeah, because we're not lawyers and political pundits, we're just regular people. I'm sure you guys feel the way we feel. You're upset. You're pissed off. How much money did we donate to the fucking Harris campaign? I don't even know. It was a lot of money. And thanks to Peter and other people who have donated to the show, we use show money and we use our own personal money too. So thank you to you guys who have helped us keep the show on and have somebody to talk to. We're not just here by ourselves. Thank you for shouting out and giving us support wherever you can. And I know I see you guys when I'm out there in the chats and you're like, hey, when's your next 21st Century Suffragette show? Keep doing that, guys. I appreciate it, because I'll be like, oh, it's on Thursday at 5 and Tuesday at 2. And thank you for even recognizing that we exist, you know, at the point of fucking YouTube. In the taint. We're in the taint of YouTube. And
shout outs to you, family.
And you guys mean a lot to us. All 566 of you. Oh, 69. I'm sorry, 569. 569. I need porno music. 569.
Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump.
There you go.
Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump.
There you go.
Man.
We're not going to let this shit go. Human F Being, Wonder Mom, Big Steph Fan, Mark P, Salty Sylvester, everybody over here in chat, Misanthropic. What does this say? Forever Young. Forever Young. I get it now. Forever Young. I see you guys. Stargal, Lakira, everybody over here in Twitch. Thank you so much. And I do want to give a shout out to everybody over there on Discord. Discord, I think, is going to be our new thing. Because if we get kicked off on YouTube, we get kicked off YouTube, we get kicked off Twitch, we're all going to fucking Discord because they can't fucking kick you off there. So start getting yourselves familiarized with Discord. I think it might be important in the future. Not only just for our channel, but for other channels. Because if shit goes down, a lot of people are going to be disenfranchised and they're going to be silenced. And I refuse to be silent. I refuse. Benny has been silent the whole fucking show today. She's fucking word.
I got Diane.
I love you,
Vixen,
Benny.
I think is. Yeah, I love you, Benny. Vixen has, I think, some information, or she's pretty good with Discord. She knows what she's doing over there, so she might be a good person to help on that area. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Might want to ask
Allie
her.
Osher
The other thing,
over there again. Thank you guys so much. And
my daughter just called. I gotta go.
Vixen on Blue. Thank you guys. I'm just gonna give
Bye.
a shout out. So bye, Wizzy. Love you.
Love you.
56 Nick Rich, of course. Thank you, buddy, for being, a suffragette all the way. And Benny, thank you for being here. I know you've had a shitty fucking day, shitty fucking time. I know your husband is ill, and we wish you all the love and throwing a lot of vibes your way, my love. You know how much I love you. Brenda, Casper, Celery, Christina, Christine, Dan, Dave, Dean Baker, Diana Hill, Dusted Earth, Gen X George, J Fo, Jackie, Janelle, Jeff Curry, Jim the Geek, Kathy Logan, Ken, Kimchi, Lynn, Mark P. I love you, brother. Thank you so much. Our moderators, we couldn't do this shit without you, and thank you for kicking out all the fucking trolls. Martha, Midas, Kevin, I want to sit next to Kevin. And Paul, P-Dubs, Peter, and Peter Shansel, Riva, you guys, thank you so much. Rob, Sheldon, Steve from Scotland, love you, brother. Susie Jones, Tanya, Vixen, and Woke Mike. It's Super Saint. You guys, thank you so much for joining us here. 21st Century Suffragettes. Benny, you want to say anything to say goodbye or no? I love you guys.
Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and thank you.
Again, I love you guys so much. We'll see you next Tuesday at 2 p.m.
Shout outs to you, family, and make sure to like, share, subscribe, and thank you again. Enjoy the music by Diane Russell. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, family.
I love you, Benny. Are you going to talk to me?
Let me break into the waves and let me shake into the white and contemplating over a jug of wine. still young, trying to start my life. Will it take some catastrophe? Will it be a personal tragedy? Only time, time it tells all. Oh, le fond du monde, oh, le fond du monde, oh, le fond du monde. So we're left in obscurity. I'm wondering if the sun come up today. A mass is lacking any purity. I wish that things would swing my way. Will it take some catastrophe? Will it be a personal tragedy? Only time, time it tells all. Oh, le fond du monde, oh, le fond du monde, oh, le fond du monde. Vicious circles, politics, religion, and races. Inside utopia of all the world's faces. Rainbows in the way, we're willing to change. With passion, love, and security. Global mad worlds and the master plan. We haven't come here to destroy your land. The evil power wants to shake my
Look how shiny it is, Grammy. It's so shiny. It's so shiny.